And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final match of the evening here at the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 2014. It is the final stop on our worldwide tour of the world for StarCraft 2. Of course, the last chance for our players to make it through to the Katowice World Finals, which is just 4 weeks away. Incredibly, I just getting so excited already for our $100,000 winner-takes-all tournament in Katowice in the Spodek Arena. Talking of which, we haven't had a chance to really talk about it much today, but what are your thoughts on the 100,000 take-all? Genuinely, what do you think?
I got some flack for this on Twitter, I must admit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I got a lot of flack.
It was quite amusing. As a one-off, it's a cool thing. Any more than a one-off? No. So...
Okay. But it's going to be pretty sick, right? I mean, just thinking about how it could all pan out and two great players playing in the final, and one doesn't get anything and one goes away with that. I mean, it's great.
The most epic final of all time, though.
Let's hope so.
It'll be good.
Before we get there, though, we do, of course, have the small moment of finishing off Group B, which has gone like this so far if you haven't been with us. QXC really has been an absolute soldier today. Took a map off Patience earlier on. He almost took a map off Deer, having switched mouse 3 times. Unfortunately for him, finally has crashed out of the tournament, though. But it does mean we're now left with Jjakji and Deer. Patience already having qualified, of course, earlier on. And Patience, don't forget, has come through the open bracket as well, and has come through a very tough group with 2 high-quality players and the best North American player as well. So, tough group for him, but he's done his job. Now we're down to the last 2. Jjakji or Deer, I just want to say this to you and then gauge your reaction. One of them is going home.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a sad thing to see. And if you'd have asked me the question of who's going out before this tournament had occurred and I saw Jjakji and Deer, I'd be like, well, you know, I'd give the favourite to Deer. But after seeing the games that we've seen today, I'm no longer feeling that. I'm really not. I think Deer looks a little bit shaky compared to what we're normally used to seeing from him. And Jjakji's still looking on top of the world. Despite losing to Patience out, I still think Jjakji has a really good shot in this series.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, he was great up to the point that he played Patience, but he still didn't play that badly, so, you know, I still think he has a decent chance against Deer. But as we've said before, Deer's a high-quality Protoss. I think Apollo said top 5 in the world right now as far as a Protoss. So still a tall order for both men to go through this last game.
Yeah, all in all, I think Jjakji's just a clear favourite now. After seeing the games that have occurred, unless Deer really says now, well, okay, it's time for me to switch on the level that I am used to, otherwise, he's just going to get manhandled by, let's face it, I mean, right now, in Europe, he's the best Terran living here, I would say, for Jjakji.
Okay, thank you, Kalaris. We are now ready to go over to our final game of the day in Group B. Is it Jjakji or is it Deer? Let's find out with our commentary team, Apollo and Todd.
Thank you very much, Red Eye, and spot on Kalaris, as we say in England. I will have to agree with you. I do like to favour Jjakji coming into this. But if Deer is able to kind of rally former glories of what he achieved last year, then shouldn't it be him that advances here?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, hearing about this top 5, Deer being in top 5 of Protoss, I'm actually curious, who else do you think is in top 5?
Me? Top 5 Protoss. Hero, up there, CJ Hero. I like a bit of parting myself. I like a bit of classic. Rain. That's 4 additional players. That's 4 additional.
All right, now random guess on Aligulak. What Protoss ranking do you think Deer is?
No idea
right now.
No idea.
He's actually 10th.
I don't.
10th Protoss. I think there's just too many good Protosses these days.
There's a lot of good Protoss players.
Like, as much as he could be top 5 Protosses, there is a lot of them performing really well. But I do think that this is not the best Deer that we've ever seen so far in this tournament. He's struggled before.
Not looking the best.
He lost recently to Jjakji online, then he lost 0-2 earlier when they played. He just didn't look convincing enough. And yeah, I mean, even versus QXC, that first game, he tried a little bit of a proxy. His opponent wasn't that good. He didn't do much damage, even though he identified there was that second barracks. Could have gone a lot worse for him too. I really think that if QXC had pulled more SCVs and stayed up his ramp and hidden the other Marines that he had on the left-hand side and then made a big FCV pull and gone for an attack, he would have lost right there and then. But in the end, Deer able to take the 2-0 win just not that convincing in comparison to Jjakji. And Jjakji, I say that even though he lost to Patience, I do think he's been playing great versus Protoss.
I have to agree. I think Jjakji's had a really, really good day so far. Dia, not as good as what he really could have performed, especially living up to the name that he really has put himself in StarCraft 2. He's a great player, but now it's time to decide who is the better player on the day.
No tap on his back this time.
No tap on the backside, the elbow, I think it was last time. It's just straight up towards the casting, the playing desk, sorry. And it is now Dia's second tournament of 2014, second place at Asus ROG after a brilliant performance. And now he's here in the Intermission Masters Cologne. He's 19 years old. Playing for mousesports, representing them really well since joining them.
Habitation Station was first, I think.
Yes, this is correct.
Big question mark here for me is he going to try and do something very aggressive again? I don't think a proxy is a good idea against somebody like Jjakji. And we saw before that Dia, he likes that quick Mothership Core rush, with which he didn't really do anything on Frost when he played against Jjakji. That did not do any damage as he did to, and he fell behind, and from there he lost. He tried to come back with some nice 3 Nexus play. What is going on? He's going to tape his mousepad?
Yeah, tape his mousepad, man. This means his APM is going to go over 1,000 in this game, and you know, there's going to be a bit of turbulence on that mousepad, so he's got to make sure it sticks there.
He's anticipating some turbulences indeed.
Yeah, he's got to be careful about that. Strap in, get the seatbelt on, and make sure that mousepad isn't going anywhere.
Get a fire extinguisher nearby.
Yeah,
because this is going to get hot in here.
It's going to get hot, and this guy's hair is going to be flapping in the wind with the the play that's coming out from Jjakji in this one. We're going to be seeing a lot of drops and a lot of aggressive play. Strap down the keyboard, son. He's going for a ride. There's a bit of energy on the left-hand side as well. Give him some wings to make sure that everything is all ready to take off. He really is making sure that nothing is going anywhere. What else is he going to
He's like taping himself to the chair. You're not going anywhere.
3 pieces there here at the Intermission Masters. And Dia just making sure his hands are warm.
Oh, they have the same mousepad and mouse, actually. Is that funny?
Yeah. I didn't realize.
There can be only one, though. Only one of these guys will advance to the round of 8. Are we going to have our first turn, or is it going to be the power of Protoss again?
Yeah, it could be. We could have all 4 Protoss from both groups, 2 in each group, move through into the round of 8. And a massive possibility here. But I have to favour the player that's got the mousepad strapped down here. And definitely feeling Jjakji here. But we'll see. Dia capable of anything here on a good day. But is it a good day for him, we have to ask?
So far, it didn't feel so much like a good day.
Yeah.
I would say. We've seen a much more impressive Dia in the past than we saw in this tournament.
Yeah.
I think he was the one who beat Teja at BlizzCon, right? He beat Teja with some nice plays, some nice storms and all that. Back then, he was really the player who had won 2 tournaments in a row and who went pretty far in BlizzCon. But now here, he's not looked that convincing. Maybe his stay in Europe has worn him down a little bit, you know? It's difficult to come here. Probably the first time, you know, he's 19. Big food difference, big culture difference, and probably a little bit more difficult to get as much practice to. I do think that the European server to ladder on at night is a lot less active than over in Korea.
And we'll see if these kind of smaller things can make an impact into his international play. So far, I mean, second place in Finland was pretty good, but I guess that was at the earliest stages of his arrival in Europe. And now a couple of weeks into it, we'll see. Is Jjakji been here for a little bit here?
Oh, he's a real Swiss man.
House. He's a real Swiss man. He goes skiing and everything on the weekends.
Jjakji, man. That's his Swiss name.
Jjakji.
We had Jürgen and we had Jean-Michel. Now we got Jjakji.
Jjakji. And we could definitely nickname him that, is he will be playing in the WCS Europe Premier League. Koreans seem to get their own European nicknames. Jjakji could be Jjakji's here. As we are ready for game number 1 of the final of the day. This should be a good one, hopefully. We'll see if Dia can bring a performance to match this guy. In the top left is the Red Terran. Playing for my insanity, it's of course Jjakji. Or Jackie. And then we will shortly be introducing the player to the top right. So up here is the blue Protoss. It is, of course, Dia.
All right, dear. First big question here, does he go for a gateway then? Does he go for the aggression that he's gone for before? My guess will be no. Yeah, he's already queued the probe, so probably not. He wasn't successful at all with it before, and playing on this map here, we've just seen him be super aggressive versus QXC earlier with the 2-base Colossus timing. Does he try and go for something similar versus Jjakji? Or does he try to play it a little bit more standard, which on this map, as good as it is, we've seen Jjakji be very active with drops and be very good with them, really keeping the Protoss player hostage with those medivacs ready to drop in. And also, I don't think he's ever dropped into Stalkers, ever. He always scans, he always makes sure he's paying attention to his medivacs. And when Jjakji drops, he means business and it works. You never see him doing drops that fails.
Hopefully he can stick to that common trend here.
Very quick. Double gas here. Maybe some kind of Stargate play. We've seen him open before, very quick double gas and not really doing anything with it. Remember Daedalus?
Yeah.
He went for the Robo, then the Forge.
Even now, just against QXC on Heavy Rain, he opened up, excuse me, double gas with 2 in each, and QXC was overly defensive, and there was nothing that came out. It was just a regular robotics facility play, which was hidden away. So Dia definitely capable of anything from this standpoint.
It's going to be going for a scout, but it's a very, very late one. When you anticipate the first Marine to come out at 3.0 something, 3.05, actually this might not be a scout. Looks like it's going to be some kind of proxy somewhere. Look where he's queued this. In the bottom left hand, which usually, more often than not, is going to be for either a Twilight or a Dark Shrine. Almost never going to be a Stargate there. Then again, could be possible with somebody as good as Deer to try and pull this one off.
Well, Jjakji has opened up for a Reaper here, and the Reaper's going to come across the other side. Already this probe trying to look like it's throwing down a Nexus, but does go back inside, and the pylon is throwing down on the other side of the map. And this SCV looking around, the Reaper already deciding, no, I'm actually not going to go and look over there, because the SCV's got a lot of intel anyway, and he's starting to look for proxy Stargates up here by the gold base. And as you said, it is going to be a Twilight Counselor down to the bottom left. Is Jjakji going to be able to find it?
I think Jjakji is too smart not to find it, man. He's going to look all around the map. I think he might poke into the natural expansion, see that there is no Nexus there, get out of here, and basically look for whatever's hidden on the map. Actually, he does not get into that natural to make sure there's no Nexus here for the moment. He needs to do it quickly, guys, because as soon as there's a Stalker, he cannot do it anymore.
Alright, well, the Twilight Council so far has gone untouched. The Reaper's looking around. There was another SCV that went down to the bottom left. There's another one on the right inside here. Jjakji knows something isn't right, and he sees that there's no Nexus.
Oh wow, Deer was out of position with his Mothership Core. He has a Stalker about to come out, but Jjakji is going to be able to confirm that something's up here. And I wouldn't be surprised if he sends either a Marine or an SCV to basically scout the entire map. Now, can he see the Dark Shrine early enough to be able to defend against it? It's funny because earlier I remember saying something like Jjakji is the guy that I've never seen lose to Dark Templars. And then he played that game against Patience on Frost, against which he basically lost exclusively to the Dark Templars because they did so much damage. So we'll see this time. He's going to have to be careful. This might be the reason why Deer's going DTs here. He saw how Patience pulled it off against him.
Well, Jjakji has a bunker in the main base here. And it's not going to protect his natural. There's a pylon pretty close outside. I mean, he has the engineering bay on the way.
Oh, he sees the Dark
Shrine.
Turrets should go up very, very quickly, and he's going to be in a comfortable position from there.
Yeah, nice scout.
We have a single gateway so far from there, so it's going to be a single Dark Templar too.
Yeah,
so it's not like he can go for a follow-up with like Archons and Zealots or Stalkers.
And is he even going to warp in the DT? There it is. But there's already a scan available, and the turret's about to finish anyway, so...
Oh, if he kills that, it's pretty good. He's going to get it, I think.
DT dies, and Jjakji holds off against this.
Oh, very quick Templar Archives. I've never seen this transition made this quick. There is literally, he's on one gateway. He's adding on another one. He's like, you know what? This has completely failed, but just like in PvP, instead of making mass DTs and having it fail, I sent one in there, it died, big deal. I'm gonna photon overcharge to hold mid-game attacks. I'm gonna take to Storm as soon as possible. We are probably gonna see some kind of gateway explosion, after which he can choose to either go for a 2-base timing or take a 3rd base, or maybe even both.
Do you feel that Jjakji in this position needs to see this? Does he need to scan, or is he comfortable playing from what he's already kind of doing.
It would definitely be better if he saw it, but we've seen Terrans being very reluctant to go into Ghosts very quickly, even when they identify that they're up against Storm.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit surprised by this, because now they do start with 75 energy, those Ghosts, as soon as they come out. And it really feels like the Terrans, they have not adjusted well against this Storm opener that we see very often.
He saw the High Templar. He saw a High Templar very early on there.
Does he throw down a Ghost Academy quickly, you think? It's very expensive to get Ghosts. That's the thing too. Like, you cannot do it super fast. Jjakji is still only on 2 barracks.
Yeah, I definitely feel that Jjakji is just going to throw down a couple of extra barracks here. I think he's just going to go crazy with his drops once again from this position. Not really relying on a heads-up fight, but relying on it's going to be very difficult if, you know, he's able to evade storms and feedbacks, that Dia's overall going to run out of energy pretty fast here. But from this position, there's been no Ghost Academy immediately added on, so I'd imagine it's just going to be extra barracks from this point. But he is going to clean up these pylons before he moves out anywhere. First medivacs aren't quite ready.
The Marine Centipede.
Yeah, the centipede. The conga line, the ant line of Marines here. Chat, 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 chat. As the Marines move down to clean out the Twilight Council of Dark Shrine. And
you think he can do any damage with those medivacs when he starts dropping? There is Templars and Storm ready. It's going to be difficult.
It's going to be very difficult.
Taking out this Twilight Council before charge or blink is done, you see there, he has to remake the Twilight Council immediately because he needs to get at least charge.
At least he was able to squeeze in that +2 before the Twilight Council was picked off. But here are the first 2 medivacs. Are going to swing around to the left-hand side. Remember, there's a lot of units on the ground still.
Deer is actually out of position. I think he might not be anticipating the medivacs being ready this fast. So what's going to happen here is Jjakji is going to drop here. He's going to spot with his factory. He might be able to do some damage and get out without losing anything.
Well, there's the stim, and all of a sudden, he's like, oh no, and that's a pylon. Oh, there's also a storm there. And he does get out with all those units. I think a single Marine died or 2 Marines died there. Feedbacks on the medivacs.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for probes. There was an in-control cannon there with a pylon, and that was his pylon, man. It's like they're reunited in the main. But, yeah.
But surely on 2 base, as a Protoss player, you're not really looking to take damage from this point. You should be locked down, especially with how many High Templars he got?
Yeah,
6?
a lot.
You shouldn't be taking any damage from this point, really.
I wonder how Jjakji is going to do with the Ghosts here. We don't really see this type of game usually, where a Protoss goes very quickly into Templars like this after Dark Templars failing, or Dark Templar failing, because that was a single one. And behind this, Jjakji starts a 3rd command center after adding on extra barracks. He's playing very solid right now. He's actually got quite a nice supply lead. It's going to be difficult for Deer to be able to secure a 3rd base. And I'm surprised. I think Jjakji might start using some Widow Mine soon if he realizes that there is no Robo. Actually, as I said, that the Robo starts. Ooh, he's only leaving Templars, which is surprising.
A couple of feedbacks there, but there's a drop anyway. And how much damage is actually going to be dealt here by Jjakji? Not a lot, really. And he gets out with his units, but loses quite a bit there. And the Storm on the natural too, and kind of as expected on 2 bases, it's going to be very difficult to crack the Protoss player here. So I suppose Jjakji's going to have to really look to prevent that 3rd base from going down too fast. But after losing so many units there, it's not exactly going to be as easy as said and done.
Yeah, and charge having completed here, Deer is on full Zealot plus Templar mode. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into Colossus, if he realizes that he's going to be up against Ghost. Jjakji, oh, he's going to go for the gold base. This is such a smart move. As I said, you need a lot of money to go for this Ghost. They cost 200 minerals. If he takes the gold now and goes in basically for full Ghosts, he's going to have such a nice timing that he can hit before there's Colossus out on the map. And nice cancel on the 3rd base. Man, Deer, his army looks so small, even though he has Templars.
Yeah.
I guess he spread it out a little bit too.
And these Ghosts are going to be crucial.
He made a 2nd cannon in the main. What should we call this one?
I don't know.
The Hydra cannon. He's already in control one. He doesn't play Protoss.
No, he hits Protoss. There is going to be a drop around the right-hand side there that was loaded up, but this is a scary force that Jjakji has. I mean, he's got scans available. You can have a look. The army's pretty clumped up right now from Deer.
He got so many Ghosts already.
Yeah, this is a lot, and this is a very brutal army. There's actually even a Ghost in the medivac, and he's actually going to boost forward for this. And he lands it. Whoa, he gets 2 of the High Templar.
This is
pretty good. And he's going to move down to this 3rd base again and force the cancel while keeping his 3rd on the gold, bear in mind. There is a War Prism there, though. That's
Jjakji is
nice.
playing this so well. This is insane right now. This is really the way you need to play Terran versus Protoss. And actually, he's moving in there. He feels confident enough with his ghost. They go head in first.
Oh, and there's the High Templar gone. So there's not going to be any storms. There's going to be a couple of High Templar coming from the main base, actually, but they get EMP'd as well. And this is just beautiful play.
Oh, the Zealots are stuck behind.
Yeah,
not all of them can hit.
Oh, they're going to start wrapping around now, but Jjakji is just absolutely having a wonderful game here from the get-go. But there is that Warp Prism, which dropped a Zealot 15 kills over there. And that has hurt Jjakji quite a lot. And
16 now on that single Zealot in the gold base.
Ooh, 28 kills. Ooh, my Terran shivers are coming in there. That single Zealot, 16 kills, and all of a sudden, Jjakji, who took a great fight but lost a lot of economy, doesn't seem to be in the best of shapes he could have been in.
He just transferred a lot of SCVs on the goal. His
still
income's
okay.
His income's going to explode. Actually, as those medivacs explode as well. First Colossus out on the field, second one underway, but no thermal lane started, and not much gas for Deer. The supply here is going to completely take off for Jjakji in a second. And there's going to be a lot of ghosts involved as well, possibly. You see he has 3 underway right now.
Yeah, and he's going to have to increase that Viking count too now that the Colossus are starting to be made.
Without thermal lens. Not necessarily. If he stutter steps the minimum, he does hit some good EMPs. I think right now Jjakji should look to end it before there is too many Colossus.
Nice pick off that Warp Prism. Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Medivacs 2 boosting to the main base here. There are some units waiting. Photon overcharge activated. And these 2 medivacs are going to come down to natural. They will get cleaned up here.
Oh, another cancel.
Deer still on 2 bases here. As this base could get cancelled here and there. It is cancelled. And Jjakji just pinning Deer to 2.
Yeah.
And now he's moving through the middle of the map with his conga line of Marines once again. And this time they should be accompanied by, well, actually a lot of Marauders this time around. Look at that, a chunky Marauder force.
Chunky, yeah.
Chunky, yeah, they are quite beefy.
There is a few Zealots warped in across the map, looking to do a counter-attack, but Jjakji is everywhere. He's dropping in the natural, and as I said, every time he drops, he means business. He gets out of here. Every time he has to, oh, maybe not this time. As I say that, he's gonna get feedback. All right, another cancel on that third base. You shall not take a third base. This is that simple. Deer, he's gonna have one army to basically try and win this game, but still no thermal lens being researched.
Yeah,
how do you win without thermal lens? This
really
Colossus army is going to be significantly weaker than it's supposed to be. And Zealots run by happening now. There's just so much army for Jjakji. The army supply, man, 106 to 101. But with all of these ghosts, I feel like Jjakji's army is that much stronger. He's going to have 2-2 in a second against 2-3 though. Whoa, I didn't notice that Deer was so well upgraded.
Yeah, +3 armor, not too far away. So 2-2 versus 2-3.
It's really going to come down to the ghost control. Do you agree?
How many High Templar are with this army that he's marching across with? There's none. There's
there's 3 just right above there.
Oh, okay.
10 ghosts out on the map, but it's not only about the High Templars. You need to EMP the Archons, the Zealots mass as well. And still, do you think Deer forgot the thermal lens?
Well, I think it's safe to say so.
Man,
still without it. Personal cloaking incoming now for Jjakji, who I'd imagine be looking to take a fight very, very shortly here. He's got a very good army. 6 Vikings, 13 ghosts. And as long as he does evade these storms and land the correct EMPs, the correct snipes,
are going to be found here. Poor guys. Actually, poor Marine first.
Poor Marine. They're going to get some revenge here as they do stim up, and these guys are going to die. Kill 1. It's like the Musketeers.
By the way, Deer, he doesn't have too many observers. He has, I think, 1 out on the map, which is basically middle of the map. So he cannot really see where his opponent's army is. So he's been doing a very good job of sending in hallucinations to spot where Jjakji's army is and how big it is. And I think right now he's pretty scared. The thing is, the more he waits, the worse it's going to be for him. Because right now, Jjakji, he has massed basically an unstoppable ghost force on the ground. 14 ghosts. The only thing that he can lose to is Colossus. And there is indeed 5 of them, but without thermal lens.
Yeah, without thermal lens, not really going to be able to do too much. A good couple of storms there do weaken the Vikings. You can see hit points about 2/3.
Oh yes, personal cloaking. And there's no observer here.
The storm pretty good there, but there's nothing. The observer out of position. The ghost just walk right forward and get some beautiful EMPs off. And the Vikings to the Colossus, and the Colossus are dropping pretty fast. And as you can see, this is just a walkover. Jjakji will take map number 1. And again, just like before, Jjakji, the weakness to Dia. Dia now. 0-3 versus Jjakji today.
The power of Protoss.
The power of Protoss. Fantastic game from Jjakji from the get-go, really, from scouting to identifying what he's playing against to defending it, to then being able to move into this ghost play, which we don't really see too often as of recent. Really displaying the power of the ghosts.
I really don't want to take anything away from Jjakji here. He's playing some of the most fantastic Terran versus Protoss I've seen. Yeah. And I still cannot understand how he lost to Patience. I really think that those DTs surprised him way too much. In a straight-up game, if he does not get surprised, this guy just does not lose versus Protoss. In a standard game, if you do not trick this guy with some kind of blink or Dark Templar play, you're not gonna beat him. And MC is actually talking a little bit with Deer. You know, Deer had been staying with MC up until now, so these guys, they actually talk a bunch together. They practice together to prepare for some PvPs as well, because they actually both lost in the finals of tournaments in the PvP matchup.
Yep, and MC's come for some words of advice here. Funny thing is, unlike when the non-Koreans play against the Koreans and Koreans come to help the Koreans, Jjakji takes his headset off and says, "What are you saying?" And here's everything, and then is able to continue on with his own game. But it didn't look like Jjakji did take his headset off. He was very respectful there from eavesdropping. And we'll move into the next map.
Yeah, but, MC giving some advice. He has to be telling him, make some Blink Stalkers, man.
Yeah, exactly. MC of all people coming in for the advice. Next map's Frost. I recommend hiding a Nexus, going Blink Stalkers.
And going for it.
And going for it. Just
Hashtag
go for
YOLO.
it. Just go for it. Don't be afraid. That's how I won all my tournaments. Just don't be afraid. And now Jjakji's in prime position to move on at the moment. He's overall against the today 3-0. He's leading this series now, just one map away from being the only Terran so far to move into the quarterfinals. And with the lack of Terrans internationally at the moment in many a different tournament, a lot of people cheering for Jjakji, but this would be, I think, a disappointing run for Dia.
I think as much as what I said is true for the matchup in general, for Jjakji, I think if this guy does not get surprised and plays against a standard player, a player who just basically does not try to do something special and just goes into a macro game, plays kind of semi-passive, this guy's going to do very well every single time, Jjakji.
Yeah.
But this is also true stylistically here. He's a little bit of a nemesis for Deer, because Deer, that's his style. He does not go for huge all-ins or stuff like that. He does light pressures into macro games.
That's where Jjakji seems to be very comfortable in playing.
Except against you.
Yeah. All right. Here we are into the next map. Are we going to have a 2-0 or a comeback? Up here to the top left of this series, playing for My Insanity, the Swiss skier, it's Jjakji. Stardust actually wants to go skiing. He was talking about it today.
He's never been.
No, I don't know if he's never been.
Year in Switzerland.
He wants to go very soon. He's very disappointed at the lack of snow here, apparently. But down here in the bottom right, playing for Mouse Sports, words of encouragement going to be enough from MC? We'll have to find out. It is, of course, Dia.
I like how we theory crafted that MC told Deer to not, but to basically go for Blink. Imagine he told him something completely different, like not even strategy. He's like, can you stop playing so bad and losing to Terran? It's like, this is unacceptable.
He's like, hey,
man.
bro, you fancy cream barbecue tonight?
And Deer's like, yes.
And we're like, yeah, he's absolutely telling him to go Blink. He's calming him down. Imagine that if like a pro gamer actually didn't say anything to do with StarCraft and was like, yo, I just got off the phone. Minsik said to finish up the game real fast. We got to go food. And we're like, he's clearly calming him down right now. After losing that first game, he's got to stay calm and patient. And in reality, it's just the complete opposite.
Very possible. With MC, you never know, man.
Yeah, MC is a character.
The man does like his barbecue.
That's an understatement, I think. He does like his meat. I think that's safe to say. If MC was to like any type of food, to generalize it, it would be meat.
Very quick double gas and 3+3 early on. Super fast 3+3. So
that advice
actually,
from MC.
Yeah, this is as much as we've seen Deer take double gases early on before. This really felt like different this time. Like I would be very surprised if this time he actually goes for like an expansion, a robo, and plays it standard. Then again, in the previous game, he tried for Dark Templar and it just did not go well. I have to say, I really don't like Dark Templar and Habitation Station. No matter what the matchup, it seems like it always fails. Like you have to go up this ramp and you know your opponent already has detection, but you have to go for it anyway because you made the Dark Shrine and just doesn't work. And quick Twilight Council in the corner of his base. Could MC have not been talking about the barbecue?
MC already had came back from barbecue. He didn't have food on the brain. It wasn't on his mind, and he actually gave some real advice. And this could be the way that Dia gets back into this if he's going to listen to MC. But the problem is, the SCV is about to go into the main base of Dia.
Oh, the Stalker's going to come out. Should be able to prevent that from scouting anything, but Jjakji's going to see double gas mining complete. Oh! I don't think he saw. Yeah, he didn't see. That was close.
See.
And this actually blink, yeah. Looks like your scenario number 3. It was the right one.
All right, we'll see if this is going to be successful then. At this moment, though, we have no information from Jjakji being gathered, but it's a Reaper. And a Reaper is going to get...
Maybe go back?
Denied.
No, he's going to go back. And the other side of the base of Deer is not walled off. And the ownership is going to be able to prevent this from doing any scouting.
He saw
the
no
thing
natural,
is,
though, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But the thing is, there is no probe across the map. Now he needs to cross the map. I actually thought that Reaper was going to guard that from happening. Jjakji, look, he's scouting everywhere on the map. That probe might go where he already scouted and he thinks there's no pylon. Drop down the pylon. And actually, no.
They're so close.
Yeah, but Deer didn't see where Jjakji is because he didn't scout. So he's going in the wrong direction right now.
No way. You've got to be kidding me.
He doesn't know. And he starts a Dark Shrine. What is going on?
Todd's losing it.
Why is he not?
He's like,
okay. He's going to morph his gates now.
I can't believe he didn't really realize where his opponent was.
No, tell me he doesn't go bottom left. Now it looks like he's going top left at least.
Well, there's a Stalker going to the bottom left.
But you know what? Jjakji is going to try to defend on a single base, so he's going to be okay. But with the Dark Shrine on the way, he doesn't have any bait. He's pretty sure he's going to be Blink, and he's right. But he has no idea about this. Man, Jjakji, he needs to scan the main of Deer. This is the only way.
He has an SCV actually down at the south, and he might go in.
Yeah,
I mean,
but no eBay. Like he's gonna need to save scans. He's gonna need to get lucky. If he pulls a Maru and drops down double mule as those Dark Templars get in, it's gonna be game.
All right. Well, I'm watching the command centers right now, and he's saving up for the time being. Unless he just hasn't realized, he's still saving up.
Jjakji might be too smart to lose. If he loses to Dark Templars again, man, this guy is gonna have a...
The SCV sees no natural, but he doesn't go any further. He actually turns around, and he's used a mule, but there is still another backup one. And the DTs are coming. Jjakji.
He's gonna see it, I think. He has his units.
Oh, he's not looking. Okay, one gets in, but he's got one scan, but only one.
He's already started the eBay. And those DTs, they're gonna spread out very, very well. The bunker is getting killed now.
Okay, one DT down. There's no energy. 30 energy on one command center.
He almost did step in. Oh, he actually... Oh my god. He sees that the army is too far and stuck. And Jjakji... Is this game? He has to wait for a scan. His eBay finishes, but he cannot even make it.
He's at 42 energy, 43 energy, 44. There's another DT. If one scan kills two DTs, there's the turret.
He's trying to go for the double kill, but Deer is not going to let that happen. In the meantime, Deer started an expansion. He's still getting probes. The Stalker finally realized they can actually do something.
And it's 18 SCVs to 27. Has Jjakji lost to another DT rush?
I'm just gonna go Dark Shrine every time against this guy. He's just gonna leave game.
This is how to ruin Jjakji's stats on ladder, is to actually go Dark Templars. But as we can see, this has done quite a lot of damage. Now the Stalkers come into play, and they are blinking backwards. Time Warp is activated here.
Yeah, what is Dia doing? He's losing a lot here.
Not exactly the best micro, yeah, he does lose a lot.
And there is no turret. Why did he stop sending in Dark Templars? There is no scan for the time being too. He might have misread this. He thought there was gonna be a turret for sure. Actually, by the way, there is a depot burning. Jjakji. Jackie.
Jackie!
Oh!
Jackie!
But too late.
Alright. depot burns down. Still only Stalker pressure, but I think this is quite a comfortable position from Dia from this point. He comes in for a fight, doesn't even blink up. He just, well, actually, again, that's not
You know
ideal.
what? He forced to steam and he killed a bunch of units. So he's gonna keep on doing that until, well, he wins basically, because there is no medivacs on the way. 3 more Stalkers who are just made, and Deer's economy is just so great now that he has a natural base, 37 probes to 21 SCVs. He has a great income. I'm pretty sure he's gonna throw down the gases there, and all that scouting SCV across the map, not gonna do anything about it.
And all I can think right now is MC saying to Dia, bring out the build. And Dia was like, what? The build? And then Dia was like, all right, I'll do it.
That's scenario number 4 for you guys.
And Dia's brought out the build, and it's given him, as you can see, a 20 good supply advantage, and he's just dominating this game. Double Forge coming down, Jjakji's pinned on 1 base, he's trying to get medivacs, trying to get out Widow Mines, but this is, I'm trying to figure of a way that Jjakji really gets back into this, because even if he eliminates all of the Stalkers, just imagine, all the Stalkers are just dead. Even then, Dia probably still has enough time to defend, to get up more units to survive in this game. So it's a really, really difficult position from Jjakji. And if you be able to pull this one back...
Oh, actually, this is one of the best moves. I was going to say, there is no detection on their side. He could go for some cannons, but he has not. He doesn't know that there are medivacs ready. If those Widow Mines are dropped into his mineral line, actually, they might fly past the pylon. Oh my god, if he sees it, he needs to see it.
Yeah, he's going to pass the pylon.
Oh, this is really bad. Even if he had hit this, to be honest, he would still have been behind. And
there's even cannons being
but
added
it will be
on,
a start, the start of a comeback.
Yeah, he's adding on cannons anyway before he saw the medivac, so he was covering all angles, and even units being warped in, so this won't work.
Yeah.
A decent idea from Jjakji, and he has been able to get himself onto 2 bases.
This is actually so unlucky, because you see he would have got there, I guess, at about the time the cannon finishes, but he could have dropped in. He actually still does that. He drops in a corner where the cannon cannot reach and detect. Wait, can Dia see that one in the main? Oh, he can't see the one in the main. This needs to be moved. Jjakji is going to realize, but too late.
Very aggressive blink and gets that one. And the second cannon will be made here.
You think
Double
Storm
upgrades
play?
though, but yeah, I'd imagine, especially with Zealot Charge coming in now. Just a complete switch up. He doesn't need to go up towards Colossus here. Another drop being loaded up from Jjakji, trying to find his way back into this one. Still going to be hard though.
Yeah.
So few units, so few upgrades. Doesn't even have combat shields yet for these units. And Jjakji's about to have 1-1. He's got a lot of gateways. And he's about to have Zealot Charge. And he's just going to charge in at this army.
Oh, this medivac and units are going to have to get out very, very quickly upon sniping this pylon. But actually only 2 of them are attacking right now. And Dia might be able to pick this off.
Whoop. Nope.
And run very quick. Not enough.
Well, these Marines are going to struggle to survive.
Jjakji might try to go for a flank on those Stalkers to catch them out of position, but Deer's going to be careful enough not to let that happen. And 2-2 started already for Deer, whereas we only have +1 for Jjakji right now being made. 49 probes to 41 SCVs, but in army supply, actually Jjakji keeping up quite well. 53 to 60 right now. Those Stalkers though, oh my god, they're doing so much work.
Yeah.
But back at home, Dia does not have that much. Well, actually, he has quite a few Zealots.
He has a couple of high Templar there too for a couple of feedbacks onto these mates. Well, there's not even that much energy on them, but here's the drop coming in from Jjakji. Something to try and crawl back into this. He does have quite a lot of units in here, and he's going to go for the Dark Shrine. The Forge is onto the right there. Storm is not ready, and there's a lot of units here. This is just going to get picked up and have to be evacuated. Only sentries to tickle the medivacs, tickle the bellies of them right underneath. But here are the big problems. Stalkers. Ouch. Ooh. Well, that sucks.
Best commentary ever
that
on
sucks.
a chase.
Yeah, that sucks.
And the one medivac that got away
had nothing inside.
The one that got away.
The one that got away, or actually did it. Yes, it did. The one that got away with no...
The one that got away on
survivors.
Valentine's Day is alone.
Yeah, that's...
I think there he can just go for the kill from there. He has a probe nearby. 2-2 is going to finish in a second. We have ghosts on the way. How good are ghosts against this many units? I guess they're going to help, but not enough.
No, you're not going to be calling any Ghostbusters today. These units are just going to swing around to the left-hand side, and even though there's a wall, quite a thick one too, with multiple supply depots, it really doesn't matter. There is a lot of units here. Ghost on the high ground, the best possible position Jjakji could be with the units he has, but really, is he going to be able to hold off against 2-2 upgrades? Blinkstalker, Zealot Charge, Storm, Archons, and those pesky 2 sentries, and the Hallucinated Phoenix.
Nice EMP on one of those Templars, but 2 Storms are available behind, and there's not going to be any EMP or Snipe to stop this.
GG. Going to the rubber game.
Finally, he's broken the curse, man, winning the first map here in this tournament versus Jjakji. The score is now 3-1, and he's going to go on to the last game.
Yeah.
Last game of the day, last game of the group, to find out who advances. Who do you think? Answer quick. Go.
Jjakji.
Relax, man.
All right, the big question I have, though, is MC going to come over again?
Will you end it? The barbecue is getting cold.
Do you realize that Korean barbecue in Germany closes at 11 p.m. and it's now it's 20 minutes left?
Diergos and proxies.
Imagine if that happened. Oh my god, I think I'd start crying or something. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Yeah!
Don't listen to him.
Hey son.
Let's try to read lips.
Let's speak in Korean. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to my boyfriend, Ken, who is watching. Love you, baby. #IEM.
I love you, Ken.
Aww. Happy birthday, Ken. I mean, happy Valentine's Day, Ken. Thank you for watching with your girlfriend, I assume.
Well, if they are watching, why do they tweet?
They're tweeting.
They're watching a bot.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, they could have just told each
Which
other.
would be sad on Valentine's Day to watch a bot. Now, I hope you guys are together.
Yeah.
Having some Korean barbecue yourself and watching this game. Like the dream scenario, man. Why am I still single?
All right, Dia has been told words of advice once again from MC. Not too sure what to make of it this time.
Jjakji, you have to feel for him here. He's lost quite a few games versus Dark Templars, man. This is getting a bit sad.
I think he needs to just immediately start
Get
building
a turret
turrets.
every game.
Just turrets every game.
Pull a goodie.
Pull a goodie. Pull a goodie. All right, so going into the last game of the evening, the second day of the Intel Extreme Masters, as we do draw close to 11 p.m. here for the players in Germany. The last game of the day. Who will be the 4th player to make it to the quarterfinals of the Intel Extreme Masters, guaranteeing $1,000 and, of course, extra WCS points? Let's go and find out who will be that player. Head-to-head. My Insanity versus Mousesports. In a battle of titles. Clash of February 2014. February the 14th. We have up here to the top right, playing for My Insanity. There's of course the Terran player Jjakji. Da-da-da-da. And he goes up overall today, actually 3-1, including, you know, that last game there, against the player down here, playing for Mousesports. It is Dia.
Imagine if this was extended series. How mad MC will be.
I think, oh, that was interesting. He almost threw down a gateway then changed his mind.
Maybe being a little bit hesitant here.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what that was.
Have to be careful. You need to lock down a build. D-Maga once told me that. He told me you need, at the start of the game, you need to already know what you're going to go for. You might divert from your original build later on, but if you haven't picked a build, if you're just freestyling, you're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
And I think that's true for everyone except maybe Liquid Zero, who's always freestyling.
He's a freestyler, man. I remember at DreamHack Bucharest, Demaga, he exactly as you said, chose a build, and it was a build that he was going around telling everybody that wasn't Flash. Hey, watch me beat Flash. Hey, watch me use this sick build I have where I get Overlord speed and Overseas, and I charge in, beat his Widow Mines, and then win the game with a Roach Bangling attack or something like this. And he told everyone his build. He says, watch it, I'm going to do this, and this, and this. And he did go in there, and he did beat Flash.
So apparently he took his strategy to the next level by telling it to everyone except his actual opponents.
Yeah.
Now that's bragging if I've ever seen it, man.
So that's Demaga there for you. Command center first from Jjakji, though. What do you think about this on Yonsu here, which is a map which is vetoed out game in, game out from Terran players usually, but scraped its way into this best of 3?
I do think that if you go Command Center first and you have to face a Blink play, you're going to be in a better situation than if you go for a standard Rax then Command Center or even a Reaper Expands.
Yeah.
I really think that this is so much better of a situation to be in. I'm not going to say it's an easy win or it's good for the Terran, but it's definitely better. So Jjakji probably had that in mind. And also against DTs, if he goes for... If he's more careful with his scans, saves them, make sure there is no Dark Shrine before he throws on the Mule, and even possibly gets a turret or a third Command Center, he's going to be okay too. The scouting, though, is going to be very, very tricky here. Because he does not have a Reaper, because he cannot get an SCV in there once there is the first Stalker out, how is he going to scout? It's going to be tricky. He's going to have to scan most likely at some point. But can he see what he has to see to make sure he's safe? It's going to be the very tricky part.
This SCV, he's on a mission. He's looking around everywhere, making sure that there isn't anything hidden. This SCV has multiple purposes. Can actually keep looking around that right-hand side, or can try to get in towards the natural main base a little bit later on and try to find out what is going on. It is obviously a lot cheaper option than trying to go for a scan. But it's the robotics facility thrown down inside for Deer. And
you remember what I said, if you go into a very standard game against Jjakji, it's going to be really tough for you to win that.
Especially in this game too, when you think about it, the Dia hasn't scouted anything. It doesn't really exactly know what's going on here. And Jjakji's going to get away fully with this command center first and immediately straight into a factory. Are we going to see Banshees?
Unlikely.
Banshee? Are you sure?
I would be very surprised if we saw a Banshee.
Are you sure?
I'm not. Because of the way it's placed. Is this why you're thinking Banshee? Or?
I think in Banshee, and the fact that he's got the factory before any add-ons onto his barracks. And if he was playing a regular style, you'd think that.
Yeah. If he was anticipating any kind of Blink play, though, it would be suicide to go for a Banshee here.
Well, it's going to go...
Unless he evacuates 6 expand, I guess, and then kills all the probes.
Well, SCV gets nothing there. And there's a scan.
Yeah, if he was going Banshee, he's definitely not now, because he scans, he sees the Robo, the Deforge, and there's no way this will work.
Well, is SCV still hanging around the Widowmine? He's gonna...
I think this is just a quick starport possibly behind this, and then he starts dropping.
I definitely think he had intentions to go Banshees, though. I really feel it.
Alright, Red Eye, if Jjakji wins and he gets interviewed, do you know what to ask?
You know what to ask, Red Eye. Were you planning on Banshees here?
And then you just close it out with thanks for the interview.
Cheers to the interview. It's a short one. I know you got to get to Cream Barbecue.
No, that was Deer.
All right. There is an observer, and Deer is going to lose his observer. So nice pick off there from Jjakji. Denying the scout has no idea what's going on in this game.
It's funny how they mixed it up. Jjakji changed up his build, and Deer went back to the standard style, but he's played very greedy. He hasn't scouted, too.
Yes.
Like he used to go for double gas expansion, a scout as well. Now he made an earlier Nexus and not scouting here. He's cutting corners. This is weird. Like they are really trying to outdo each other by using some of those small details and cutting some corners. But Deer, he's going to play this very, very safe. Look at how many observers he's getting.
Yeah. But is this double Widowmine drop going to work? There's another observer. Jjakji is not going to stop it the first time around. I think he makes... I'm not sure if he does see that there.
Oh, we might be able to see the medivac if he's lucky. No, it goes the other way.
Yeah, the observer's going all the way around the right-hand side there, not to get picked off by Simple Marines once again. And the medivac's gone. It's on a mission to the main base, but there is another observer on the outskirts of Dia's base. Is the medivac going to touch the side? Is it going to scrape across the left-hand side of this screen, or is it trying to go past?
I don't think so. Oh, it might barely be out of the vision. Oh. And we have a few Stalkers ready in the main, so...
He's not going to see it. It's past the observer. It's on the left.
I think he's going to be able to pull the probes anyway to make sure he doesn't lose too much.
Boost not ready. Medivac not spotted. Boost is now ready, and he goes in. Nothing from Dia. Nothing from Dia. And the Widowmine burrows. Kaboom, baby! 4 kills on the natural. We are going to get probably none, I'd imagine.
No, definitely at least one. Or... Oh, actually, he didn't have to. Could have run away.
Yeah.
And you wanted to mine quicker, though. Yeah, I guess that's smart. And the observer's going to get in there. Deer's going to be able to clean this. Oh, the Widowmine in the main almost reloaded, actually. There's no observer there. Needs to be quicker.
Ooh.
8, 7, 6, 5. He's going to get it. Oh, 2, 1, 0.
That was close.
And Jjakji actually is moving across the map now. This is... Even though the damage was not super great, he killed a few SCVs. this is enough for him to know that he's gained a little bit of a lead here, even though he lost those Widow Mines there. I mean, what else were they going to be used for anyway?
Yeah.
He's got 49 army supply against 40, and even a worker lead here at this point. So I like Jjakji's position, but Deer is well saturated on 2 bases. Actually, he's got a scary amount of gateways here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Stalkers actually, just actually warped in quite a few more. He's gone up to about a total of 8. This Medivac's been spotted on the left-hand side. Blink is ready, and you just got blunked. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, that was really close.
Oh, my God.
You got away there.
There goes the Apollo curse.
Yeah, there's the Apollo curse. Now, I thought that was going to be like a slam blunk, but nope.
A slam blunk?
Yeah, I just made that up on the spot.
You're out of control today, Sean.
I am wild. But now he's moving across the map here, and this is, as you said, a scary amount of Stalkers.
What is he chasing? He doesn't have thermal lance. Come on, not again.
No, you're joking me. You are actually joking me. Oh, he doesn't have thermal lance again.
I think this is on purpose, though. Right now, this is on purpose because he made again the 2 Colossus.
Colossus. There's a third at the natural.
Yeah. All right, I don't know. Take it away, Sean.
No, don't need thermal lance. Six range is fine with him. It's fine.
Jjakji is really scared right now. He saw that he was getting chased down. He thinks this is a 2 base.
Yeah.
Now he saw the probe and the zealot on the 3rd base. He should be able to guess there's probably going to be a 3rd base. And yeah, there it is. It goes down. The Templar Archives on the way. Does Jjakji go for a 2nd stopper or does he go? He hasn't. He's playing weird. He's staying on low tech for a very long time in this game. He hasn't started an armory, a 2nd eBay, or a 2nd stop. Or do you think he pulls SCVs and tries to surprise the opponent with a pre-storm timing, which I think in this game will be deadly?
Oh, I think you might be nailing it there. He's got this 3rd command center to the top left, which is very interesting. Actually floated it.
PF it.
Up to the top left. The possible arm is about to finish. And I think what you're saying may make sense here.
Warpism on the right-hand side, gonna look to do some harass.
Oh,
He's savaging the bunkers. He's gonna start moving across the map. No SCVs have been pulled yet. And he throws down the Ghost Academy. Jjakji, what are you doing? Why no more upgrades?
Well,
I'm very confused right now.
there is a build which I'm not sure. I think it may be Flash that's done it. Oh, he gets a couple of Stalkers in the middle of the map there. 2, 3 Stalkers.
You were gonna say the SCV pull with Ghosts?
Yeah, I mean, it is delayed, and yes, Storm's done, but
He hasn't had much success with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not been as successful as the regular pull, which is the pre-storm timing. But by the looks of it, that's the armory and the engineering bay is incredibly late here, and a +2 armor about to complete.
Jjakji is falling apart. He's flying back with his command center on his 3rd base now. He completely misread this. I think he was. Oh, actually, he's gonna get that Warpism, which is a nice win here. He's still ahead on supply, but he's getting Ghosts and he's not upgrading anymore.
He's bringing his SCVs.
Sure?
There's no way he's not gonna get.
Look at the amount of
SCVs
SCVs on his natural.
Yeah, man. All the more SCVs, the better. Gotta bring them all.
Is that a saying?
Yeah, just made that up too. He's just not gonna forget the upgrades for this long. It has to be an SCV pull, and it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one. Still no thermal lance though, Tods.
Oh my God!
And obviously against an SCV pull, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be pretty important. The Viking count's increasing up quite rapidly. It's at 8 to be 10 now, and here comes the SCV. Choo choo!
I cannot believe he's forgetting thermal lance. I would never expect this out of Deer. And you know what? This might cost him the game.
Oh, 2 storms already that haven't really done too much there. They tickled the front lines.
This is a waste. Deer is overconfident. I wonder if he's going to realize he doesn't have thermal lance, which at this point is not going to matter. He cannot get it on time.
Oh, there's the scan.
Oh, he saw all the SCVs. He has to pull back here.
Yeah.
He needs photon overcharge to help. And a lot of Templars to hit the
Templars at the front there. The Templars are at the front! The Templars are at the front, and they just get immediately EMP'd. 3 of them just get EMP'd straight away. Time up on the right-hand side. Photon overcharge on the right-hand side, Nexus. And he is going for it. The army supply is huge, and then you got the SCVs in there. And Jjakji, there is no storms. There's one on the left-hand side, but it doesn't get to the beef of the army. And what an attack, what a move. And Jjakji seems to be going to the round of 8 with a beautiful maneuver. Deer.
He's going to be sent to eat beef, even though he didn't hit the beef of his army.
He's going to be sent to... Yeah, this is not good for Deer. This is very, very bad for Deer. 56 supply, and Jjakji has done it. A beautiful maneuver, excellent play. GG, and Jjakji advances to the quarterfinals and denies the Protoss players from taking 4 out of 4 and is a Terran in the quarterfinals.
He's the chosen one, man.
He is the chosen one.
Who's going to bring balance to the Force, not join them.
He brings balance to the game. Jjakji has eliminated Dia. Overall today, 4 games to 1. An excellent performance for Jjakji and a wonderful, wonderful end to his day here. He gets to the top 8 and there is the congratulations from, I think that is the CEO, the owner of My Insanity, who comes over and says, well done. And Jjakji, excellent, excellent play. And of course, must be over the moon with that performance.
I have to say, those My Insanity players, those Swiss players, so to speak, they're really impressing me in this tournament. I could see them both going very far. Imagine we have both of them in finals.
Oh, look at Dia here in the last couple of moments in that game. He started to realize as soon, well, it's over now already.
Scratching his head a little bit. Probably in
Do you
disbelief.
think if that was played out again, he could have held it?
Probably not, but if he plays it perfectly and like puts Templars everywhere, does not get scanned, and this was really bad what happened with these Templars. This was extremely bad. They were out of position, they got sniped, and I wonder if actually one good thing he could do there was let his third base die, because all of the SCVs were pulled. If he stays around his natural, if he had some cannons there, maybe he could have held, but this was very tricky. No Colossus range though.
Yeah.
Absolutely unacceptable.
And not just one game either, it was multiple occasions you've caught him doing it today. Mistakes coming out here from Dia, unfortunately, but it is Jjakji, and there's a Terran player that moves on to the top 8 here, joining the 3 other Protoss players. Congratulations to Jjakji, congratulations to My Insanity. Stardust will be playing tomorrow, so it's his turn to try to represent My Insanity. Both Jjakji and Stardust doing excellently over the last couple of months, against the Terran player.
Polt
to be exact. Captain America versus Stardust, DreamHack Summer Champion. All games coming tomorrow, and I'm sure Red Eye will update us on everything, so take it away.
Thank you very much. My thanks also to the 2 commentators in the commentary booth for that last one. They're very tired, having had a very long day, but very enjoyable commentary over a 3-map demolition by Jjakji, the first Terran through to the quarterfinals after a domination from Protoss. We nearly had, guys, 4 Protoss out of 4, but we do get a Terran through. We'll come back to Group B in a moment, but I want to roll back today, because it's been a long day, but we want to recap what's happened today. So let's talk about Group A, if we can just put the brackets up and go through that for anyone that missed it earlier on. Hopefully you can see that at home. I can't see that right here where I am. There we go. So Rain coming through the upper bracket with 2-0, 2-0 against Hyun and Hero. Fantastic results from him. And then Hero fighting his way back through the lower bracket to go through to the round of 8. These two, I guess in Group A, we were expecting maybe a little bit more from Hyun, maybe a little bit more from 4GG, but in the end, I think Rain and Hero going through is about right.
Yeah, I think Rain definitely looked like the strongest player out of the 4. And then Hero against 4GG was a little bit one-sided. But 4GG still played really well. It could have gone either way, but in the end, Hero made it. And it's not too much of an upset. I think both of these players deserve very much to be in a round of 8. And I think they're going to show great games.
Anything that stands out for you from Group A?
I think just Rain's performance, just in general, looking very dominating, not really ever looking in trouble during his games and showing solid play like he always does. So going into the round of 8, I mean, we said it going into the start of this tournament, those SKT guys, they're going to be looking like the real powerhouses to move on through. And I am expecting the same from Classic coming up tomorrow.
Okay, well, we'll talk about tomorrow in a little bit. But first, let's take a look at Group B, because that's now finished. And obviously, Patience in that group. Just, you know, 2-1 against Jjakji and 2-1 against QXC would suggest that this wasn't an easy group for Patience, although he looked pretty good, apart from that very first game of the day against QXC, which I thought he looked decidedly average, actually, if I'm honest. But Jjakji then coming through has had a torrid day, really. When you look at the results he's had, he's really fought tooth and nail to get through, but he's shown class today.
Yeah, both Jjakji showing class and also Patience, you know, beating QXC 2-1. That's not really a result where people are like, oh my god, that's really good. But I feel like QXC today, even though he lost twice, showed some really high-level play, so Patience does deserve credit for actually beating him. And I think both Patience and Jjakji showed very strong play, and Patience continuing his performance from yesterday, still looking really strong, and I can't wait to see what he brings in the round of 8.
Yeah, Patience and Jjakji through, James, but it's worth mentioning Dia. We've lost Dia. Very disappointing to lose a WCS champion so early on in the game. But also, I want to talk about QXC a little bit as well, because props to the guy. He's come in here today, not being given a single chance by any of us and anyone in the community, frankly, in Group B. Pretty damn hard group for him. But he's come in with a very new mindset. I spoke to him before the tournament started. He said he's refreshed. He's thinking totally different. He's got a totally different regime this year about how he's going to go about things. And I think we've seen the early shoots of that flower coming out from QXC.
I think I think everybody underestimated QXC going into this group, and he showed games that we didn't really expect from him in the end. There were moments where he could have taken those games quite happily off patience and done a bit better than that. He even graced us with his presence at the lovely weather desk just to show us exactly what went wrong in that final battle.
Yeah, he showed good grace today as well. And he didn't break any keyboards, which is good news.
Yeah, and he had to switch mice in the middle of a series, which I just can't, underrate how important that is.
We spoke a little bit about it, and you were like, damn, if that happened to me,
yeah.
I would be so upset. You wouldn't have been able to carry on, would you?
You're a programmer using the same gear day in, day out, and then the guy has to use a different mouse playing against Deer, which is one of the top Protoss players in the world. Like, that's such a mental thing, and he still performed really well. So.
Okay. We're wrapping up Group A and Group B right now, but let's also take a look at all 4 groups, because we've done 2 today, as the rowdy crowd cheer out Jjakji, who's just left the building. As you can see in Group C tomorrow, we have Polt versus Stardust, and Mana, my word, has he got a tough game. He's playing Jaedong in the first game. And then Group D will finish with Classic versus MC and Hero Marine versus Innovation. Let's talk about the foreigners tomorrow. Mana's got an incredibly tough group to get through, but he's been playing well recently again. It's sort of like a rejuvenated Mana. And Hero Marine, 16 years old, current EPS champion, has done extremely well on the local level. First time at the Intel Extreme Masters, gets the group of death tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Mana's got a really tough road ahead of him against Jaedong. Jaedong is kind of my hope for the tournament since I'm a Zerg player, so...
He's the last one left as well.
He has to do really well. It goes all the way so I can get to cast Zerg players, which is like really the only thing I have a clue about. So, Mana, who knows what he can bring. He's got a lot of strategies up his sleeve. He's been mixing it up. It's definitely going to be very interesting.
What are you looking forward to tomorrow, James?
I would say, again, Group D, having a look at how Classic's going to play. Always been a big fan of Innovation and seeing him try and battle it out. He's not been looking as dominant as he previously did, but for me, it's all about Classic, the stable go-to macro play that we see from a lot of the SKT players, especially seeing Rain play today. His games are basically an emulation of what we're going to see brought to the table by Classic, and he executes it so well.
All right, final words of the day. In one word, see if you can break the Todd curse. In one word, wrap up today for me. Summarize it in one word.
Protoss.
Okay, James?
I'm not going to go with my previous one word from yesterday, and I will say charades.
Charades, and that one will stay private amongst us. You can figure it out on the internet. Thank you so much for coming down to the Cologne studio. You've been a fantastic audience today, and thank you so much for tuning in wherever you've tuned in from all around the world. We hope you've enjoyed our very special Valentine's Day Intel Extreme Masters in Cologne. That is it from day 2. Groups A and B are done and dusted. 3 Protoss and a Terran make it through to the quarterfinals, and tomorrow it's time for Group C and Group D. We'll see you at 1 o'clock Central European time. See you then.